Welcome to the Blanco Wellness Podcast. Thank you for being here. Take a breath, settle in, and let's talk today about a source of wisdom that has been available to you every single day of your life, and that most people have learned, gradually and without noticing, to consistently override. The body is always speaking. This is not a poetic claim. It is a literal description of what is happening right now in the background of whatever else you are doing. The nervous system is monitoring and reporting on dozens of simultaneous conditions. The digestive system is communicating its current state. Fatigue signals are being generated and transmitted. Hunger and satiation follow their own reliable rhythms. Emotional states produce their own specific physical signatures. The tightening in the chest that accompanies anxiety, the heaviness that accompanies grief, the particular quality of expansiveness that accompanies genuine joy. None of this is random. All of it is information offered continuously by a system that has been refined across millions of years of evolutionary pressure to know what you need. The problem is not that the body is unclear. The problem is that most people have developed an extraordinarily consistent habit of not listening to it. The schedule overrides the tiredness. The deadline overrides the hunger. The social expectation overrides the need to be somewhere quieter. The performance of productivity overrides the signals from a nervous system asking for rest. Over years, this pattern becomes so automatic that it stops feeling like overriding and starts feeling like normal. Like the tiredness, the stress, the persistent low-grade depletion are simply the background conditions of a life being lived, rather than signals from a body asking for something different. Ayurveda describes this disconnection as one of the primary pathways through which imbalance develops into illness. The tradition's concept of prajna aparada, often translated as crimes against wisdom, refers to exactly this: the knowing of what the body needs and the choosing not to provide it. The body signals thirst. The person drinks coffee instead. The body signals exhaustion. The person pushes through with stimulants. The body signals overwhelm. The person adds more obligations. Each individual instance seems manageable. Accumulated across months and years, the pattern produces conditions that cannot be addressed at the symptom level because they were created at a far more fundamental level, in the basic quality of the relationship between the person and their own inner experience. The shift Ayurveda asks for is not complicated. It begins with one of the simplest questions available. How do I actually feel right now? Not how should I feel? Not how do I want to feel, not how do I tell other people I feel when they ask, but what is genuinely present in this body, in this moment, honestly attended to. Most people, when they actually pause to answer this question without immediately moving to what they need to do next, find that the answer is more specific and more informative than they expected. The body knows. It has been knowing all along. What changes when you ask the question is simply whether that knowing gets any attention. Learning to read the body's signals takes practice, because most of us have spent years developing fluency in the language of external demands and very little time in the language of internal communication. But the signals themselves are not subtle. They are simply unfamiliar from neglect. Fatigue, in the Ayurvedic understanding, is not weakness and not an obstacle. It is a clear and specific message. Something is needed. The particular quality of the fatigue provides information about what. Physical fatigue after genuine exertion asks for physical rest. Mental fatigue after sustained cognitive work asks for a different kind of recovery. Emotional fatigue after sustained social performance or suppressed feeling asks for genuine quiet and genuine processing. The body is not delivering a vague complaint. It is offering a diagnostic. The question is whether the person has developed enough of a relationship with their own inner experience to read it. Emotions belong in this conversation because Ayurveda has always understood them as inseparable from physical health rather than as a separate domain. The stress response is simultaneously a physiological event and an emotional one. Grief produces specific physical changes in the chest, the throat, the breath. Joy produces its own distinct physical signature. Fear and excitement run through the same physiological channels and are sometimes indistinguishable by the body's own measurement. The Ayurvedic understanding is that emotions experienced, acknowledged, and processed move through and complete themselves. Emotions consistently suppressed or overridden do not disappear. They are stored in the tissue, in the nervous system's default patterns, in the chronic tensions that eventually produce conditions more serious than the feelings they were protecting against. Listening to the body, therefore, includes listening to what the emotional body is carrying, not as an indulgence, but as a necessary part of maintaining the overall balance the tradition considers foundational to genuine health. One of the more practical benefits of developing this quality of inner attentiveness is that it gradually removes much of the guesswork from self-care. The person who has learned to accurately read their own signals knows what foods actually leave them feeling well, not what foods are theoretically optimal. They know what quality of rest genuinely restores them. They know which environments support their functioning and which consistently drain it. They know when they are approaching a limit before the limit forces itself on them. This knowledge is more useful than any external protocol because it is specific to this person, this constitution, this particular combination of needs that belongs to no one else in exactly this form. As we close today, I want to leave you with something to try before the day ends. At some point in the next few hours, stop whatever you are doing for 2 minutes, sit quietly, take 3 slow breaths, and then ask yourself, with genuine curiosity rather than with the pressure of needing to immediately act on the answer, what is my body trying to tell me right now? Notice whatever arrives: sensation, fatigue, tightness, ease, emotional tone, hunger, the specific quality of the energy available in this moment. Do not judge it. Do not immediately override it. Just hear it. Because the body has been talking to you your entire life. It deserves, at minimum, to finally be listened to. Thank you for being here with me today. Until next time, be well.